I've been trying to make my wallet fold all day. Cashing in my dreams, big payout. Underneath my money tree, big shade out. Now these models.
Hey freaking flyers, welcome back to another video on the channel. Brandon, a guy who flies, sitting down to talk about my October schedule. So you all, October is a very chill month. And this month, these 4-day trips have not been it. So next month, I had a whole different strategy when it came to how I want to bid. Pretty much worked everything out in my journal about what I needed. Halloween is a holiday for us, but I don't want to work Halloween because I want to go out of town on a trip. Because if you remember last year, we went on this trip. I want to go out again for Halloween. That was a lot of fun. I did ask for some other days off. I asked for 3 days towards the beginning of the month to go home because 1, I miss my family, so I want to go see them, and 2, one of my fraternity brothers is getting married, so going to his wedding. Secondly, I asked for some dates off to be able to go to a doctor's appointment. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should have scheduled a doctor's appointment around the wedding, so I could have just been at home at the same time. I also asked for a date off to go to Chicago to support my sister at an event that she's having. And then I asked for the last 3 days of the month off so that I can travel out of town to go on a trip. So outside of that, I do have a trip that starts at the end of September and carries over into the beginning of October. So part of that credit is already sitting there for October, because when that happens, whatever month you work it is what you get paid for. So if you work, let's say the trip is 30 hours and you work half of it in September, it's gonna be $15 paid for September, and you work half of it in October, then those 15 hours you get paid in October. So that is what I have looking at going into the month. For sure, know that I did not want 4-day trips. So there was an abundance of 3-day trips, and I said, this is perfect. So in terms of my bids, from the top, so looking at my bid, I had 25 total lines in my bid this month. I condensed it, and the first, 2 through 13 were basically asking for 3-day trips. And then lines 14 through 19 were asking for 2-day trips. And I asked for other things, along the way. Then after line 19, line 20 is when I was like, okay, give me 4-day trips. And that basically ended my bid. But in addition to the length of the trips being either 3 days, then 2 days, then 4 days, I also asked for, the higher credit stuff. And I asked for report times after 10 a.m. because y'all know I don't like that 5, 6, 7 a.m. stuff. It's not me. So let me come to work later in the morning, which is perfect because now that the kids are back in school, tutoring often happens first thing in the morning. So it gives me time to wake up and tutor and then go to work, which is perfect. And then I bid for my position. So outside of that, I didn't ask for too much else. I did do something different this time, and I set my credit threshold to 120 so that they would just build me a schedule with 120 hours, which is the maximum we can ask for. You can work, there's no maximum how much you can work, but you can be awarded up to 120. So I asked for 120, and I said, I'm just gonna see what happens. I don't really care at this point. I've been so rigid on my schedule these last couple of months and having to take so much work doing calculus in my head trying to make it. I don't want to do it. Just give me the 120 and I'll most likely end up just working whatever y'all give me. Give me all this. The length of the trip, how much credit per day, not starting before 10 o'clock, give me the position that I want, and give me these days off. That's the gist of what I was asking for. And we found out today that bids came out, so let's go hop over there and look at that. So, okay, view your award. So I asked for 120 hours. I was awarded 116 hours, so close. We're cool with that. It looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trips, and 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. So, I don't really care for the turns. I can let those go. Or I can keep them if the credit is good, it's nice to break it up. So let's see, we start off with a 3-day trip, which is great, on the 5th through the 6th. Then we have a turn on the 12th. Ooh, it's a big stack of days. Then we work a 3-day trip. Then we have another turn. Then we have another turn. Then we have some days off. Then we have a 2-day trip with an amazing layover. Definitely keeping that. And then we have another 2-day trip. And then we have a 3-day trip. And we close out the month with a turn before I go on the trip that I'm trying to go on. Y'all, I'm not mad at it. It's not horrible for me to pull back the reins on what I was asking for. I kind of like it. I mean, most of my layovers are in places that y'all have seen me lay over before. A lot of East Coast, some Central, but a lot of East Coast layovers. So all in all, I was able to hold the days off that I wanted. I was able to hold the types of trips that I wanted. And I don't think our positions are loaded in here yet, so I don't know which position I'll be working on all of these, so that is to be determined. Once positions get loaded in, I'll be able to know if I was able to hold my position. But we are out here, all in all, no complaints whatsoever. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. October's real chill before we get into the big holiday season, so I'm just gonna chill out. And of course, like always, I will bring you along with me for the fights. I'm Brandon, I'm the guy who flies, and I will see you all the next time.
Day goes by.